Hey, welcome back. We've got the Honda Express out here. This one's undergone some renovations. It's a 1981, but we stuck on a two-speed engine off an 83 bike. So now we got two speeds. We also did the reviled clone carburetor, and if you stick around to the end, I'll tell you something about that. Did a little cleaning on the gas tank, but I've still got this temporary tank on it, so I gotta just check that gas tank, make sure all the rust's out of it. And then one thing, I'll go around here to the other side as the plane goes over my head. One thing a lot of people didn't know is this port on the bottom of the intake. Honda really intended that for a way to get nitrous oxide into the engine. And just so happens I took advantage of that and ran our system right there. And I bought this nitrous kit a year or so ago, and since then it has shot up in price. It's like $95. Not that it was cheap when I bought it, but they advertise it as working the best on stock bike configurations. You might have seen my other video where I had it on the Urban Express that was far from stock. So we're going to try it out on the stock configuration Honda Express and test their claim. So, without further ado, let's get on it. See what she does. All right, we got the stock Honda Express NC50 with a little bit of, I guess they call them micro bursts of nitrous oxide. How will it perform? Well, figured I'd warm it up just for a little bit here so we don't cause ourselves any unnecessary problems. Not that we can completely eliminate unnecessary problems. For this little experiment, I have chosen to ignore all the advice from the manufacturer, seller of the product. I did not run a colder spark plug. I did not run high octane gas. And was there anything else that they were suggesting that I do? There might have been one other thing. There might not. Those were the two main things. So, not even going to worry about that stuff, because after all, these are just microbursts, and they're going to raise the RPMs a bit, but only for a few seconds or so, I guess. One thing I was wondering, and I'll have to check this out, is if I continue to hold the button, will it continue to spray? And I don't think it will, but I could be wrong on that. Anyways, I mentioned now they want $95 for this system. It includes the button, the straps. You supply your own hose, and I think we're going to give it a shot here. I'm probably talking over myself. If I am, I apologize for that. But we're going uphill, about 26, 27 miles an hour. And I'm pretty sure I made the decision to give it a seconds, maybe, just to see what would happen. Any second now. Any second now. I'm going to give it a try. I promise. I promise I'm going to do it. Here we go. And we give it a boost. RPM's climbing. We are going up a slight uphill and gained about, well, we hit 30, 29 miles an hour. So 3 miles an hour uphill might be the equivalent of 4 miles an hour on a straight, maybe 5. But we went from 26 to 29. So, you know, I guess that's more than a 10% improvement, right? So, didn't have to worry about the front wheel violently raising off the ground and threatening to flip me upside down. I was a little worried about that, but that was definitely not the case. So, oh well. I guess, you know, wasn't wearing a helmet, so it's a good thing that didn't happen. So we're gonna take it, turn it around up here. I'm gonna check my temperature. Hidden from view here. And I think you'll
317.
You'll hear me say that all I was doing was 317 degrees, so not very hot at all. For going uphill and for putting a bit of strain on the engine with that nitrous oxide burst. But we're going to try it again. These GPS apps, sometimes they're a little squirrely. For some reason it claimed I was doing 33 right there, which is not correct. By the way, I have an app which will record the what's happening on your iPhone screen, but now they want money for me to continue to use that, and I haven't decided whether I wanted to pay for that. Some people out there like Nasty Nate were asking how I put the speedometer on the bottom of the screen. Well, I record not only me riding, but I also record what's happening on my iPhone, so the speedometer, and then I just got to sync them up and do the picture-in-picture on my video editing software, which is iMovie, or whatever version. Here we go, going downhill, going to give it a little juice, and we ran out of nitrous. This particular cartridge had given me a few microbursts already. I think you get maybe 5 microbursts per cartridge. I guess it also depends on how long you hold it. Yeah, I'm definitely out here. It was only good for a couple miles an hour there, and you know, maybe I would have hit 30, 31 miles an hour. So, anyways, I think if I want to continue to pursue this, I don't know if I do. I think I need to find some sort of system that, number one, you can control the burst with, I guess it's a jet, you know, kind of like a carburetor jet, but for nitrous. And a tank that'll hold, you know, a decent amount of nitrous instead of, you know, this. I think this thing doubles as like, you know, a mace or bear spray or something like that. I need. And of course, you know, the bear spray canisters can be pretty big. So, yeah, I don't know. And I imagine continued and repeated use of this product is probably detrimental to the longevity of your engine, specifically the piston and rings and cylinder. But it's fun for a little giggle, I guess. It's kind of expensive for a little giggle. And probably $95 is a bit excessive for what you get. And you can almost get a DR kit, you know, for another $30 or so. You got a DR kit, and, you know, of course, that comes with other purchases as well. You upgrade the carburetor, upgrade the exhaust, etc., etc. And then finally, this bike used to have an MLM people's pipe on it, and the acceleration was dreadfully slow. Tried to correct that, put the 2-speed engine on it, helped out some. It was still dreadfully slow, and this particular 2-speed engine didn't have the spacers, didn't have the, I didn't use the spacers at the base gasket, and this is just a regular cylinder. I was figuring that would help with the acceleration as well, but I've kind of come to the conclusion that the Honda Express is really not a great bike to try to make go fast, because your gains on the top end come at the expense of your acceleration on the low end. So I'll have to talk about the carburetor in the next video. So hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you next time. I got some interesting stuff coming out. Stay tuned.